Okay, dark
greetings.
Ashley's getting carried away.
Now, Mikey's
getting carried away with herself.
stressed. Observe Leon in his natural habitat.
I'm gonna get him.
Hunting down and killing someone while their back is turned.
The one thing that's nice, though. Oh, do you know what? I've got this, haven't I?
Yeah, use the good guns. It's more entertaining for me. Oh.
No, she's incapacitated now.
Yeah. You've been stabbed, punched, kicked, maced. She gets smacked one time and down she goes.
Okay.
She will never be the ultimate fighter.
Warrior.
Champion.
Okay, sorry. So yes, welcome back. Sorry I cut us off so quickly last time. I noticed we were going over 30 minutes in the recording and I panicked that I wouldn't be able to save over half an hour recording, so I just freaked out and said bye mid-story. So now it's been a week, and Kale, finish your point. I apologise.
As I was saying before I was so rudely cut off. There's an episode of It's Always Sunny with I think it's the kid pageant one, but what I mostly remember is...
Kid pageants are so fucking... Sorry, no, that's your thing.
Danny DeVito, for some reason, has had his makeup done like he's a corpse, like by a mortician or something. And that's what that little guy reminded me of when you walked into the castle.
Right.
That's why I was laughing so much on the last video, because it gave... the image that flashed back into my mind was Danny DeVito in corpse makeup.
Ooh.
Do you know... I take my hat off to people who do those jobs.
Yeah.
Because that is not a job that just anyone can do.
No, you've got to be really
you've got
not squeamish and
also I think you have to have you've got to be a quite like strong emotional to be around people who've passed away and not have it bother you.
Yeah,
because it feels even though it's like death is such a natural part of the human experience, it is so uncomfortable to be around it.
I say, well, yeah.
My I am terrible at a funeral. My instinct is to, if I'm around people when they're sad or whatever, my instinct, and it's almost like an overbearing compulsion, is to make people laugh.
It's a comedy. Well, that's to be honest. I mean, that is one of the primary functions of making people laugh, isn't it?
But you know what the problem with it is?
The too soon. Literally, it's the too soon problem.
Well, what it is that I'm not funny, so my compulsion to make...
I think you're funny.
My sort of obsession with cheering everyone up and cracking a hilarious joke to lighten the mood would be fine if I could actually achieve that. But what happens is I say something that's just completely inappropriate in the moment, ill-timed, and a lot of the time people just don't get my joke. Like, they don't know what I'm talking about. Like, I'll say something that I think makes sense and it's funny to me, but then I realise you'd probably find it funny.
It's usually some kind of in-joke or reference or something.
Yeah, and Mike and I were recently in attendance at a funeral for a much beloved relative who's passed away, bless her. And because I was so uncomfortable standing in there, I was waiting for him to come in and I was looking around for him, and when I saw him, my immediate compulsion, and I managed to like rein it in and not do it, but what I wanted to do was like the Forrest Gump wave. I thought, no, don't do it. Don't do it. I think it's because not just because I'm around sad people and I want to make them happy, but it's because I'm very uncomfortable myself. I'm quite an emotional person, and I'm quite outwardly emotional. I don't tend to hide it, but for some reason at a funeral I can't. So I don't know what to do with my face, because because I don't want to be sad. People are already upset enough. I don't want people feeling that they need to console me on top of their own grief. And then I'm like, oh, well, don't look happy. That's wrong.
Don't do that.
So I try and just look neutral, and then people are like, are you okay? You look miles away, and I'm like, oh, just grieving. I'm a bit of a private griever. I've usually done that sort of in my own time, in my own home before we get to the funeral stage.
Yeah, well, I do it after.
Yeah. The number of times someone has asked me if I'm okay because they don't think I processed things very well because I wasn't crying at a funeral, and that just puts... I can't cry at a funeral.
That just means you don't process things the same way as someone else. It doesn't mean you're not processing it.
But you know, the pressure to cry at a funeral then makes it worse for me. Because I'm like, if I'm not crying and everyone else is, I'm like, what's the matter with me?
I don't know. I've never felt pressure in that way.
Maybe. Do you think that maybe it's because you're a man and people expect...
Quite possibly.
There's a social... it's unfair, but I think there might be a social element to that where there isn't so much of an expectation on you to shed a tear. Oh, look what happened to that fella. Go have a look at him.
I don't want to go anywhere near that.
But I want to know what happened to him. Are you alright, sir?
Are you okay? Dad?
Are you okay?
Dad? Get that reference?
No, what is it?
Oh, come on.
I know it, but I can't think. It's not going to come to me right now.
Let me read this note. I'll give you the time to think about it. Shall I read it? Do you want to read it, Kale?
As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I take a look at my life.
I shall fear no evil.
This is a story all about how my
My
life
awful noises turned upside down. Right, okay. I was walking in the middle of the night once again. It was those awful noises coming from the basement. The sound of nails clawing at the stone walls.
In a world where that
the
man...
writhing moan of curses. Do you know what that is, actually?
No. No.
What?
Are you going to tell me what Dad was?
Oh, 28 days later.
Oh, yeah.
When he gets shot with like 500 bullets, and then she's
she
like,
goes,
Dad? Oh, right. Oh, this is the note sort of talking about how... I'll summarize it. It's even before he had infection of parasite nature, the guy we just met.
Poor bastard. That's no way to go.
I'm not even sure how he did go.
Something to do with his eye. Apparently, the guy, he's the caster, and he owns this castle.
Oh, okay.
Little short Napoleon man. He was an asshole before he was infected with the plague. So there's like a...
What was that? Do they keep animals down here or something?
Well, clearly it was the Undertaker.
The Undertaker's dead. Killed
Yeah,
him.
but he never stays dead. Did you learn nothing in the late 90s? No one's ever really dead.
No one's ever really gone.
I am all the Sith.
I've actually been not looking forward to meeting this enemy. What's making this noise?
Don't be a coward. It's easy for me to say because I'm not playing it.
I'm actually really worried that this will be a death.
Well, if it's a
I
death,
have
don't worry,
no
we'll just
idea.
try again.
I don't know what the trick is anymore. That's the thing.
Well,
you go through this game, you learn all the tricks.
Let's just pretend you
And now I'm coming in
never
blind.
played the original.
Well, yeah, that's what it feels like, and I'm scared because I was scared when I played the original. When I Kamehameha.
Hakuna Matata?
Dungeon key.
I find myself so funny sometimes.
Oh, thank you. I forgot Leon can read it.
Oh. Oh, you couldn't see Mikey, but he jumped a mile there.
You felt that. Oh my god. That got me. Good job, game.
Oh shit, son.
Shouldn't have said anything then, you idiot.
Yeah, you should have just been quiet. Oh, look at those Wolverine claws, man.
It is.
Well, I'm guessing he hunts you by sound then? By
Yep.
smell?
It's basically a licker. Don't hit the chains, right?
Oh, right, yes, I can see how this is problem. Oh, everything's so loud. I guess this is where you'll fight him. This looks like a fighty room.
Oh my god, I'm shitting myself.
Just proceed, Mike. There's no way you can avoid the fight, so just go forth. Go
I don't want to
forth
bump into any of
verily
the
and
chains
merrily.
because I'm fairly certain that the chains will piss him off.
Yeah. But it's time to do
What's
that
my
lever
best
behind
gun?
you.
Hang on, I'm gonna...
Mikey's are scared. Kids are scared of the dark.
Kids are scared of the dark.
Comment if you know what what film that's from.
Yeah. Right, sorry, I came into the menu.
Shut up, Mom! You're afraid of the dark too.
Right, I'm gonna do this. I'm going to see which gun has the best power. I think it's my shotgun. Yeah, by a country fucking mile, it's my shotgun, so that's my weapon of choice today. I'm gonna sneak behind him, just pick up those bullets.
How is it that he's coming right for you?
I don't know, but I'm gonna be really careful. I'm fairly sure.
Why does it seem like he...
Why does he know where I am?
Yeah, that's my question. I feel like you should just get out of there. Because there was a lever over there for that gate.
I'm not pulling it. You can fight him.
Yeah, but... why wouldn't you pull it?
This is tense as fuck.
Why aren't you shooting him more?
I want to be really careful about when I shoot him.
I'm telling you, he knows where you are, man. He's gonna stab you now.
I'm hoping he just turns around.
He looks like... that looks like, that reminded me of Five Nights at Freddy's. When you were up close to his face then.
Yeah. Yeah, he does seem to, like, hone in. I'm actually quite curious on that. I'm glad you can parry him. I wonder if he does get pissed off by the chain.
Yeah. But, like, he's coming right for you now, so...
Yeah, I don't get it. I am sneaking.
I don't think there's any point. Unless, like, he might come charging
No,
towards
he would.
you if you're
Yeah,
running.
like, he would just come running right at me.
So what... Ooh. Ooh. Are you sure that you can, like, drop him right now?
Fairly sure.
Hey!
I'm just gonna assume he comes charging. So I'm just gonna... He used to just kind of come charging wherever the last gunshot was heard from. Mm-hmm. Oh, I just hit a chain.
See, this is where I'm not good at games because
Got him.
I panic and I lose like patience because I'm panicking. So I just start. So anyway, I just started blasting.
Yeah, that's the thing. You gotta keep your cool with those guys. If you start panicking, you die because if they come running after you, I think I'm willing to bet they one-hit kill you in this now. They used to just do a lot of damage. But considering you can crouch and sneak, there's no excuse for being detected, I think. Although, yeah, the fact he would just kept walking up towards me as if he knew exactly where I was at all times. I'm not sure if that was just bad luck. He just kept happening to walk towards me, but... I don't know,
He
we'll
was on
see.
to you. So
I was making no noise at that one point when I was sat in that corner over there.
Yeah.
I was intentionally not moving at all.
now that we're in a slight calm after that
yeah,
storm,
I'm feeling
can
sure
I
we'll be
just
calm
do
now.
some shameless happy goat promotion very quickly?
Yeah,
Alright.
don't mind me, gang. I'm just adjusting my position. I'm uncomfortable.
We're
The wheel's
old.
not moving. Oh.
while he struggles and reaches for cushions and a hot water bottle and maybe an old man robe and some slippers,
Leon's even holding his neck.
let me just
I'm stretching my leg out.
okay. Let me just
There we go. Yeah, Leon's getting in too. Sorry. Continue.
over on our Instagram, which is Happy Goat Horror. I don't think we'll have hit 1,000 by the time this video comes out. We're running a giveaway. Maybe maybe we could put a picture on the screen of what we're giving away.
Me away.
No,
I'll come to your house and I'll work for you for a day.
He's good at cooking.
Do you know what? I gotta be careful because like someone could interpret that as like legally binding because I said it.
No.
It's like...
So if we could put a picture up of what we're actually giving away. If I send it to you, if you could put it up there when you upload. We're giving away a homemade by our mum crocheted little Baphomet goat. When we hit 1,000 followers on Instagram. So there's a pinned post there. You'll know which one it is when you see it. It's right at the top. You just have to follow us and then tag someone in the post who might like our content on the Instagrams. We've done a few of those giveaways, giving away little crocheted goats. People seem to really like them. So if you do get to our account, we've already hit 1,000. No fear, follow us anyway because I do have another giveaway coming up, which will be. I'm gonna say,
but I do question something. By the time this episode comes out,
yeah. I thought about it before I said it.
You thought about it. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Sorry. Sorry.
Yes. I don't think we'll have hit 1,000 by then, but if we have, I am announcing another giveaway very shortly. I'm going to say it's a mystery box right now. A mystery box of horror-related stuff. I will be more specific closer to the time. But yes, I like to do a giveaway. So yeah. And that's all the news about the crocheted goat. I just thought as good a place as any to talk about the crocheted goats.
Yeah.
They're so cute.
Right, can you hear that?
I can hear like a squeaking. Like somebody on a tricycle.
It's Jigsaw.
Jigsaw, yeah.
You want to play? Have you seen that video of that guy like coming down the corridor on like a little tricycle? Just, you want to play a game? And then the bike just slides up from under him and he just slams into the floor and everyone with him just bursts out laughing.
No, I don't think I've seen that one.
It's so funny. Joe, I could probably include that clip. I'll try anyway. Without fear of copyright because it's not BBC.
Isn't it funny that how even if you're not really much of a Saw fan or even if you haven't seen it, everybody knows I want to play a game.
Yeah, it's just testament to good design, really.
And it's very memorable and it pops into my head very often.
Yeah.
When I work
in school,
yeah,
it happens. I say like, "Do you want to play a game?" And like the teacher just goes, "Oh wait, wrong one."
It used to be like almost like a mantra to me that I'd say in my head when I worked at the Gentleman's Club. So my specific job, I've talked about it before, and I said, for simplicity, I said I was a waitress, but I will explain what my actual job was now in case I haven't before. So if people wanted to pay on card to buy a dance off a dancer, then I was the person who took the card payment. And then for anyone who's interested, the way that the dancer gets paid then is like the customer would pay on card. I would give the dancer chips, like casino chips, that would equate to the amount that the dance cost, and then they cash them in at the end of the night. So depending on how much the customer was spending, if it was anything over £100, I had to get them to sign a receipt that would just confirm that they were sober enough to make the transaction, they did it of their own free will, and they weren't being pressured to spend the money or anything like that.
Yeah. It's
like a little disclaimer, like a little receipt waiver thing. And the thing about there's like several levels of security for the customer. It's for the customer and for my own personal security when I was serving. So I was not allowed to sell people dances if they seemed really drunk, like they would never make the decision if they were sober, kind of drunk. So when I got them to sign the receipt, I'd have to take their ID, and just check that the signature actually matched, because if someone's got, you know, and you make some allowances, like nobody's signature is normally as neat as it is on their license or whatever, because when they signed that, it was an official document, so people are a bit more stringent with their handwriting. But you can tell when if somebody's signature is normally small and neat and then they sign a receipt and it takes up the entire receipt, you know they're drunk.
Yeah.
You know? So I would just have to use my best judgment on that. And I want to play a game would come in every time a customer would go, why am I going to sign this? And if they just signed the bloody thing and went on with their life, the transaction would take like a minute. But I'd end up there with 10 minutes sometimes, just with someone who was like, I think they thought that I was like somehow taking their information. Basically, the fear was that somehow, because I've asked them to sign a receipt, their wife would know.
Yeah.
And
naturally, that's where they...
sometimes you'd get people that thought they were funny, and I'd go, can you please sign this? And I would always tell them straight away, just to avoid this scenario, I do have to check the signature against the one on your license, so please sign it properly, as you would anything else. And then sometimes they just do a squiggle that wasn't even their name, and I'm like, I can't accept that. I can't do the payment if you don't sign it properly. Why? Yeah. And I would be happy to explain to them why, because people want to know why they're signing something. I'm like, look, you get a copy of this, you get the top copy, I keep the bottom copy, just to protect us both, right? And sometimes they want to know why. So I would explain exactly why. I go, read the thing you're meant to be signing.
Sorry, I have no idea how I solved that, but I did.
I'm impressed, because I was watching and I had no idea.
That was a fluke. I thought I was just starting the thing again.
So, sometimes, men just don't want to listen to the little lady asking them to sign a thing. And one guy, just, no matter what I said, just would not stop drawing dicks instead of signing. It was funny the first time, but then I had quite a long queue, and I was like, man, can you just
not
sign it? I thought, look, it's funny the first time, don't do it again, because what would happen is if somebody, like, whatever they put in the signature box, if it's not their signature, you can't just cross it out and do the signature next to it. I have to rewrite the entire receipt, which would take time. And then when you've got a queue, it starts to get stressful. And I know what people are thinking, just tell the guy to F off then, don't serve him. But the thing is, the dancer they're with has probably sat at the table for half
a long
hour.
time trying to get the
negotiating them into
sale,
the dance.
But I guess that's...
So I would 9 times out of 10 have to just swallow. Oh, snake! I'm a snake.
I'm still on for this this task, aren't I?
Yeah.
Selling those.
So I would have to just swallow my own annoyance and be just nothing but pleasant, because I didn't want to be the reason that the dancer lost the dance, because they've already had to put up with half an hour of this guy. Like, if I'm annoyed in that minute, imagine what the dancers had to put up with while they've been sat there talking to him.
Yeah.
But he would not stop drawing dicks, and they were massive. And then at the end, it got so annoying, I had to call management, because he wouldn't get out of the queue. He wouldn't let me move on and serve. He wouldn't sign it. And then the dancer got really mad at me and called me a C-word.
What? Well, at that point, then screw the sale.
Well, that was the point that I refused to do it. But I sometimes the dancers would get frustrated with me, but I knew it wasn't. I very rarely took that personally, because I knew that it wasn't about me. It was because they're looking at how much time they're not making money, how much time they've already invested in this guy, only for him to be a dick when he gets to me. And it's easier to take it out on me and side with the customer, because they might still get the sale from the customer.
Yeah.
So so it's not like they're being fake, because they are legitimately mad, but I know that it's not personal when they're being mad at me. So I would just let it go, and most of the time they'd come back later and be like, oh, sorry about earlier, and I was like, that's fine, I completely understand. But yeah, I'd always think in my head, as soon as they started willy-nillying all over the receipt, I'd be like, yeah, I want to play a game. It's a game you want, is it, sir?
Well,
people get childish.
I get it now. I get what I'm doing. Sorry, there we go.
That's all right.
I understand the puzzle now. So I'm looking for another one of these. You can shoot them or pull the lever.
So, for anyone that's listened to a few of our videos, or even if this is your first one, if you have any questions about my time working at the Gentleman's Club, anything you want to know about dancers or customers, or the job I did, or whatever, shoot me your questions in the comments, because I as you might have guessed, I love talking about working there. So, yeah. If you've ever wondered anything, ask away. I'll be happy to chat with you in the comments about it. It was a fun time. The number of times I've
good job. Get some engagement going in the comments, Kel. Good job.
It's my sneaky plan.
Yes! You hoodwinked them.
Resident Evil and strippers. Yeah,
I like the little banter they got going on, yeah.
Swing away.
The number of times you swing across a chandelier in the original, she didn't say a word about it, and now she's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
It's kind of funny. I'm looking for one that has a snake on it.
A snake.
Wait, that is a snake, isn't it? Oh,
Yeah.
Idiot.
I was going to say, didn't...
Dickhead. There we go. Okay, I get the puzzle now. I get it. He was up here. He was looking at me down there. There we were, doing the thumbnail.
Like Danny DeVito in his makeup. I love Danny DeVito. Did you like Matilda when you were a kid? Did you watch it as a kid?
I watched it as a kid. I only watched it once, like in school. I wasn't really invested.
Oh, I loved Matilda.
I mean, it's a good film. It wasn't like, it's not like one of my childhood classics. If you were to ask me.
What are your childhood classics?
Oh, like Night of the Living Dead.
You liar! That's one of my childhood classics.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Mr. Kennedy.
Are you ready to hand over the girl?
Happy birthday, Mr. President.
Happy birthday, dear. Who are you?
You can tell there's an age gap between us because you didn't understand that reference, did you?
Oh, the Marilyn Monroe thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know. I know the thing. I was talking about the Silent Hill 3 phone call.
I was actually doing a reference within a reference, though. I was actually quoting Magic Mike.
All right.
Which it really isn't an age thing.
I mean, do you know what would have been embarrassing? And I'll just admit to it. I was very close to saying the Marilyn Manson thing.
The Marilyn Manson, yeah.
Marilyn Manson's, ode to the president.
Do you know...
this room is a dead end. Or is it a dead end? No, there's a door there.
I really just outed myself with that admission because, you know how nitpicky I am with films to the point where if my mum, if our mum, and really bless her...
Oh, no!
Oh!
Nah.
If she dares bring up a film she watched and says she likes it, I will tear into it. I don't know why. It's not because I'm trying to crap on stuff she likes, but like that time she said that she thought The Happening was good, I couldn't stop myself. I went off on one for like 3 hours about that. And then, despite that being like that, and I'm even worse when it comes to TV series as well. I'll pick holes. I'll find every single mistake. And whatever. I've been going on about the Star Wars prequels for like 20 years.
Yeah.
But despite that, Tasha and I went to the cinema to see Magic Mike. And it has no story. And yet, I've watched it many times. So, on that note, it's probably...
Yeah,
good time to...
Do you know, I've just noticed that the next room is the most infamous room in the game. It'll take a while, so I'm going to save here. This is a good spot. Bye.